So why don't we give you the opportunity to, show us a little sneak peek of what this is all about.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. So Alpaca Assistant, and I'll start sharing my screen here. Alpaca Assistant, it listens to your sessions and automatically writes the parent interview, automatically writes the session note and other documentation as well. So it looks something like this on your computer. But importantly, you can also use this on your phone when you're on the go, in between sessions, making it really easy to start using our tool. And so you can record a couple of different types of sessions: parent interviews, parent trainings, BT supervisions, and we even released a feature to help BTs with their session notes too. I'll select parent interview here just to kind of give you a snippet. And um, I asked April for her help before the show. So, April, if you wouldn't mind pretending to be a BCBA when I click start recording, and then I will pretend to be a parent and we'll test out how the tool goes. So, this is Alpaca Assistant. It listens to all of your sessions and generates the session note, required documentation, and it even helps with treatment plan writing. And so this is what it looks like on your computer. You can also use our tool on a mobile device when you're on the go, in between sessions. And so you can record a couple of different types of sessions on our platform: parent interviews, parent trainings, BT supervision sessions, and even BTs can record their direct sessions on our platform as well.
Curious question for you. Can this do offline recording, or do you need internet access?
You do need internet access, but if your internet stops in the meantime, it'll save everything up to the point it stops. And then when you get back on, you can resume the recording. So I'll click parent interview here. We have multi-language support. So if you're having sessions in Spanish, French, we're adding a couple of other languages, we understand that. We'll transcribe it in the right language and be able to take notes for you in English. We enable a couple of different session types. So one-on-one interview is when you're doing your interview with a parent. If you have multiple people in the room, multiple parents, for instance, or guardians, you can do group sessions. And if you don't want to record the session, or you just forgot to, you can also do self-dictation and just dictate the summary of the session into our technology. So we'll try a one-on-one interview here. And April, if you wouldn't mind pretending to be a clinician, I'll pretend to be a parent and we'll riff for a couple minutes.
Well, hello. Good morning. Um, all right. So let's say we're in the middle of our onboarding interview. So can you tell us if there are any medical history?
Yeah, no medical history issues there. I guess my our family doctor, pediatrician, we've known him for a while actually. He prescribed a low dose of melatonin for my kid when he isn't able to get to bed. And also suggested a multivitamin supplement because he's a very, very picky eater.
Yeah, thanks for that. What about any behavior issues that are happening?
Uh, Eating, meal times, it's really rough. He only likes chicken nuggets, and anything else, he'll either not eat, or if he's really in a bad mood that day, throw the food around, throw it on the ground. And he'll do that at restaurants too. So we really don't take him out. We just try to feed him at home and hope for the best, honestly.
Ugh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one for sure because it's so important for us to feed our kids. So it can be a really challenge all the way around. Well, what about the sleeping habits? What time is he going to bed and what time waking up in the mornings?
Yeah, so we try to get him to bed at 8 o'clock. And the reason why is because it just takes him a long time. Usually he's actually sleeping at 11, sometimes 12, just because he gets really obsessed over his toy I think they're called like Hot Wheels. They're just like small cars, and he has this racetrack we bought him, and he really loves just like playing race car with himself. And sometimes if the TV is on, it's like be glued to the TV, and it's really hard to get him away from those things uh, without him kicking and screaming and it being just a whole mess. So I guess that's why the doctor recommended small dose of melatonin, just to make sure we try to get him to bed at a reasonable hour.
Right. Absolutely. That makes perfect sense. Well, how does he get along with his siblings?
Yeah, he has one sister. They don't really interact. So he's 3 years old. His sister is 6 years old, and she kind of she says he's weird, and it's just really heartbreaking. So they don't really play together. We don't go out to eat as a family. Sometimes like she'll go out to eat with their grandparents, and we'll stay home with him, or vice versa. So it's, yeah, it's really difficult.
Yeah, that's really tough. What is a family goal that you guys have?
I think one goal could be to do some sort of family activity together. Like, yeah, it can either be anything, a walk outside, maybe finding some toy that we all play with him. But I think maybe that would be really awesome.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds like a really great goal to strive for. Family time is so important.
Absolutely. All right. I think we've riffed for a little bit. You're definitely a better clinician than I am a parent.
I love like the realistic,
Yeah.
little thing we did here because on the parents' end, because that is most, especially if it's that initial assessment, initial interview. There's a lot of layers there. There's nerves, there's like, grief, there's, just all of the parts, right? And we're scattered and we just want to make sure we get all the information out. And it's not, you know, very specific and point blank, very
Uh,
direct, right? It's
yeah.
not. It's a lot of like, even on my, in the interview, like on the BCBAs, and sometimes we'll start like talking too. And so it's like, it's a lot of words, right? And so it's going to be really interesting to see what the summary is going to be from that.
Yeah. And I tried to sort of be a parent, right? And go
Yeah.
on tangents and talk
Yeah.
about the pediatrician who I've
Right.
known for a really long time.
No,
Which is helpful to know, but probably not useful to have in your note for documentation and for treatment plan writing.